Hey guys, Tim again. Tim's Tech Talk. Hey, it's me again, Tim. I'm on newegg.com again, just looking at stuff. Was going to make another fun video of me looking at computer parts. Boy, that's a nice looking case right there. Let me click on that case right there. Look at that case. How much does that cost? Price is kind of high too, but when you're looking at a case, one thing you want to look at with a case, okay, is the ventilation. Of course, one thing you look at a case is how good looking it looks. That's a good looking case. It's white. Notice it's got the RGB lights right here. That's pretty cool. It's even got them on the bottom. And then right down here, it's got USB-C ports. It's vented at the bottom down here. From looking at this right here, I bet your power supply can probably go in there. I would guess. That's a pretty cool case. I remember back when I was with my ex-girlfriend back in 2016, I was building her a computer, made a mistake. She wanted the big board and she wanted this case. And what happened was she had the smaller case and the bigger board, and the case or the motherboard wouldn't fit in the case. You know something? Something that I learned about when you're buying a case and buying a motherboard, look at how many expansion slots you have right here. See, this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it's got 7 expansion slots, now let me go over here. I want to show you something. Notice how that's got 7 expansion slots. Bear with me just a minute. Let me go under computer component, motherboard. I'm going to go Intel. This time I'm going to do Intel. I've had Intel before. I just like AMD better because they're cheaper, and I can't tell any difference in the price between those two. Okay, I'm going to show you something here. Let me find the right board. You got different kinds of motherboards based on the size. You got one board that's a 9.6 by 9.6, and then you got another motherboard that is a 12.0 by 9.6 as far as the size goes. And then if you look on here on the left side, these are the different kinds of motherboards they are. I think that one is the small one, that one's the big one. But let me show you something here. Let me see if I can find it. I'll use this one as an example. I'm going to use this one here as an example. Now then, let me go back over here. See how this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 expansion slots? How do I know if that motherboard is going to fit in there before? If I'm going to buy that motherboard and buy that case, how do I know if that motherboard is going to fit in that case? This is how you know. Look at all the slots down through here. So we got 1 there, 2 there. There's actually, see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, there's 1 there, there's 1 there, there's 1 there. That's 3. There's actually 1 there, 4, 5. That's got 6 slots, don't it? I believe it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if that's got 6 slots there, and this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually got 7, that'll work in that case. Let me show you one. Let me show you something here. Give me just a minute. Let me go under. Let me go under this. Let me hit on this right here. Let me show you something here. See how this one right here? It's got 1, 2. There's actually 3, 4, 5. This one would go in here. But sometimes you can get a case. Let me show you. Maybe I can figure this. Sometimes there's cases that are small cases. Sometimes you can have a case might have 4 expansion slots. Or you might have a case with, if there's not enough expansion slots there on the back of the case, then what's on the motherboard, then it ain't gonna work. I learned that a long time ago. So anyway, for fun, what do I want to do right now on this Tim's Tech Talk show? This is what I want to do. I want to try to build a Intel computer. And earlier in my first video, I had this right here. This is the AMD computer that I built. This right here that you're seeing, that was a motherboard, RAM, and CPU to convert my computer from a AM5 or from an AM4 DDR4 board to a AM5 DDR5 board. I moved up a generation as far as RAM, and that's how much money it costs. How much was it? Let me click on this, see what this was again. $487.97. 480, let's say rounded off $488. So for $488 with those components that I bought, DDR5, AM5, I can convert my present PC from a DDR4 to a DDR5, or you could say an AM4 to AM5. Let's see what I could do for fun right now with Intel. Let's see if I can see that other one had a CPU that had a 6-core CPU, and then it had a 2-core GPU. Let's just play around with this, see what I can do with Intel. Let's see if I can make a better computer at a lower cost, or if I can even make the same computer at a lower cost with Intel. Who knows? I might be able to. So we're going to go under, I'm going to hit component, and then I'm going to go motherboard, and I'm going to go Intel. So I'm on the Intel boards now. Now I'm going to select what brands do I want. I'm going to go Gigabyte, Asus. I'm going to go with those 3 brands. And then also going to make sure that it's in stock. And you want to make whenever you buy stuff on Newegg.com, I'd always make sure it's sold by Newegg.com, because some of these third-party stuff comes from Hong Kong, and when you buy it, it might take a month before it comes to your house. I just think it's a good idea to make sure it's sold by. I turn those 2 things on right there, and make sure it's in stock and sold by Newegg. So another thing too is under the sort by, you can do different sorts. You can go by the best reviews or the best ratings, the most reviews, the best sales, the highest price. I like to start off with the lowest price. I like to start with the lowest price and work my way up. So I think the last time I looked at computer parts for Intel, maybe a year or so ago, they was on the 14th generation. I don't know what they're on now. Bear with me a minute. I don't know what their latest generation is, because I've not looked at Intel stuff in a while. I do want to make sure it's DDR5. And then you got how many memory slots, how much RAM. Some of this stuff here is just, of course. Okay, so after I do all that, I'm supposed to hit apply. Let's see what I can do. I think when you're buying Intel, if I'm going to try to get the latest one equivalent to the AM5, I want to make sure that I'm getting a motherboard that's LGA 1700. Yeah, I want to make sure it's LGA 1700. Okay. Now, why are these prices a lot cheaper than the AMD prices I was looking at? I don't remember well, I am starting out with a lower. Some of these with, wow, some of these with Intel a lot cheaper than AMD, believe it or not. Look at the prices. Remember in that other video I made, some of the AMDs were like $300. Okay. Another thing too, if you get a motherboard with a let me show you what I'm talking about. This may be what I'm talking about right here. No, it's not. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See how this has got 4 memory slots? If you want to get a fast board, make sure you get a 9.6 by 9.6. I can tell by looking at that. It's a 9.6 by 9 because it's perfectly square. And then get it with 2 memory slots. I know with 2 memory slots, you have 2 less than being 4 memory slots, but the 2 memory slot motherboards run faster than the 4 slot motherboards. Nothing wrong with the 4 slots. Nothing wrong with the big boards. It's just if you're building for speed, you want to go smaller board, less with only. You got to have at least 2 because you want to have it dual channel. Now, if you get one 4 channel, they do have quad channel. Quad channel is probably faster than dual channel. But anyway, let's see here. Let me just look around this here a minute. Let me do this. Hold on, let me back up a little bit. I think I can go under. I think I want to go there. Okay, here it is. Number of memory slots. I'm going to go with 2, just to see what comes up. 2 memory slot motherboards are faster. I just know from experts that have told me about this stuff. Look at that Asus. And look, $200. That's a really tiny board. Look at this. This is insane. Folks, look at that. That's too tight. That's too tight for me because it's only got 1 slot here. And it doesn't have enough M.2 drive slots for me. But for gaming, I bet that's an excellent board right there. It's not $200 is not too pricey. You can buy them. You can pay a lot more money than that if you want to. If you got it to pay. By the way, I'm not buying this stuff. I'm just looking at this for fun. I'm trying to find, let's see. I'm trying to find a 6.9 by 6.9 board with, and I'm also looking at the cost of the board as well. I guess that's it, isn't it? Well, this says, look this right here, what it said. It does 12th, 13th, and 14th gen. CGEN, that's generation. So this is Wi-Fi E. This is PCI Express 5.0 DDR5. Oh, this looks lovely. This looks lovely. Why it's got Wi-Fi built in it, and it does 12th, 13th, and 14th generation. Cool. Now, you want to pay attention to that because when we're looking for the CPU, I want to probably get 13th or 14th generation. The only thing bad about that is, I'm looking at this right now, I could run my GPU, but I don't have an expansion thing to run my TV tuner card. Houston, we may have a problem. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with a bigger board because I want to do this because I need an extra expansion slot for that TV. I've got a DVR thing built in my computer where I watch my TV and I can record programs off the DVR. I got rabbit ears though. I want to go with a bigger board. I want to go with one with. I want to do this. Now, right off the bat, as I'm looking at Intel, they look a lot cheaper. This looks a lot cheaper than AMD, so I may be switching over to Intel, or because I've never had anything against Intel other than their price. AMD has always been just as good to me as Intel. I've had them both, but AMD's always been cheaper. That's the reason. I'd rather, if it's going to be, it's like wearing a polo shirt and a Wrangler shirt. I mean, I got a polo Wrangler shirt in my closet. I wear either one of them, but I'd rather spend my money on a Wrangler shirt that looks and feels just as nice, lasts just as long as a polo shirt, you know? Quality means more to me than means just as much to me as the price. And just because it's costs more doesn't mean the quality is more. Because I think they're really about the same. But what I'm seeing right here, right now, and on these boards here, Intels are like cheaper for some reason or another. Well, this is actually cheaper than, and that's a gigabyte board too. I love gigabyte boards. Let's look at this here a minute here. I don't have the right slot down here for my TV tuner cards. Only problem with that board. Can't use that one. This could take a while. Doing this stuff here, I'm going to try to do this video kind of fast. Looking at this stuff sometimes the way I'm doing this, and I'm not buying this stuff. Let me say that again. I know I've already said that. I'm not really going to buy anything right now. I'm just playing around. I like to put together a cart of parts. I like putting together for fun. This is for fun. Put together in a cart of parts and see what it would cost to build this computer. I'm trying to build the highest generation, highest tech quality at the lowest. I'm trying to balance high tech with lowest cost. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make the most meanest, baddest machine, but at the same time, lowest cost is what I'm trying to do here. So, boy, that looks just like I know it says ASRock, and ASRock is owned by Asus, and that looks just like an Asus board to me. That one didn't have. I'm having a problem with these boards. MSI is a good board. Oh my goodness. Bear with me. Bear with me. I may have to be quiet a minute because I'm concentrating on this. Does that have... Yeah, it does. See that? I'm looking for that. I forgot what you call that slot. That's the type of slot right there that my TV tuner card has to have. And that is a perfectly square board. I bet that's a 9.6, 9.6. And that is a good brand, Asus. And it's got M.2 here, M.2 there. How many M.2? It has at least 2 M.2s. It's got a really small thing right there, though. That's probably why it's so cheap. Let's look at let's look at this plate right here. 10 gig. It's got that. It does dual channel. Well, there's 2 monitors right there. Oh, it's got Wi-Fi 6. I think that one right there, and it's cheaper than the. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Now then, let's look at the. Bear with me a minute here. I gotta look at the. I'm looking at this, all this stuff right here is going on I'm looking at. I'm trying to see, I need to go under the specs. Where's the specs at? Oh, right there, specs. Trying to see what type of CPU it takes. Oh, it says it takes the 14th generation 1700. That's the one. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Let's do that. No warranty, please. Now then, let's go back over here. Let's go under computer component. Let's go CPU. Computer CPU. Desktop CPU. I need to do Intel this time. See, Intel. And then do Intel. Okay, that other the AMD one, it was a 6-core CPU and a 2-core GPU. I think what I want is show more. Okay, that's what I want to do here. I'm wanting to do that right there. That's the type of CPU I'm looking for. Okay. Oh, look at the price. Are you freaking kidding me? Guys, check this out. Check this shit out. I am blown away. Now I want to show you something here. You want to make, what I would like to do, in my opinion, I want to make sure that when I'm buying this thing, it comes with a GPU graphics. You know why? I got a graphics card over there, but it's good to have dual graphics. It's good to have to me, and this is just what I think, what I believe, my opinion, if it means anything. I like to have one with an inner graphics card because if something happens to my GPU, then I got the other GPU to back it up. That means my computer doesn't go black screen because my GPU went out. And so, see, this one right here and these two are about the same thing, but the only difference between these two, of course, the price is that about $17 more? $17 more. What it says non-internet. Sorry, that don't have what I'm looking at. Okay, here we go. See right here, it's got this one right here has the this has got the graphics. This is CPU and GPU because it says Intel UHD graphics right there. And that is actually a pretty good price. And that would be a 10-core. Looks like I'll be going Intel this time on it. Maybe. Didn't know on that. Okay. Holy crap. Now then, let's see. Let me go back here. Let me look up DDR5. It says DDR5. I'm trying to figure out what type of memory I need. Golly, look at the speeds of that memory. DDR5 goes all the way up to 7600. Holy crap, that is fast. I remember memory a long time ago was like 1,000 and something. Now it goes all the way up to 1,700. Wow, that is fast. To me, that's fast. But 68, 66, 64, 62. Okay. The OC, pay attention to the OC. That means overclock. I'll try to find memory right here. I don't want to be overclock. I'm going to try to find it at 5600 on the RAM. So let's go back here. Let's go under computer, which 5600 is going to be pretty fast, faster than what I got now. I think, yeah, I got 3600. That'd be 5600. See, 36 to 56. That's faster, isn't it? Let's see, go memory, go desktop. There's desktop. Okay, I'm going to do 50. I want to do DDR5. I would like to have 32 gigabytes. See. I think that's what I want right there. Well, it says it does. I think, let's see here. Oh, bear with me. I'm looking this over real good. Okay. This website kind of helps you to look. I don't know Intel parts as well as I do. What I would do, I don't want to make this video any longer than I have to. I'm almost at 30 minutes. But before I would actually buy this thing, if I was really going to do it, I would go on the website where that motherboard's at, and you can find on that website, it'll show you. I may show you that here just in a minute. I believe this RAM right here would work. And I want 32 gigabytes, dual core channel, da-da-da. Yes, here we go. So add that to cart. So I don't do the extra warranty shit. I don't do that stuff. Let's see here. So I need those 3 components changed: the motherboard, CPU, and RAM, to change my computer over to DD5, which this will be DDR5 with Intel. So let's see what the price difference is here. Why is that? That's 446, and the other one was, so 440C, 480. So 87 take away, that's about $40 cheaper with Intel. Around $41 cheaper. It's like $41 cheaper with Intel. I want to show you one last thing here what I'm talking about. If I do copy paste on everything. I'm gonna okay, I'm going to copy this, okay? And then I'm going to go over here and put this right there, copy paste. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, then I'm going to go to this website right here, accept cookies. Now let's make sure I'm making sure I got the right motherboards. What I'm doing, really, what I'm doing right now, I'm getting a good look at this. That don't look like the right. Ain't the right motherboard. Oh, I'd have to go by the image first. I'd go by the image, make sure it looks like it, and not only that, but you also want to go by the model number too. But this ain't the right motherboard right here. Okay. I can tell by looking at it. I first go by its appearance. I match its appearance first. But even though it looks the same, you make sure it is the same, because I would also match the serial, well, not the serial number, but the model number. Make sure it looks the same and the model number is the same. And then you go under support over here. You can get the drivers for this thing. Extended warranty. Usually go under their support. It's at support. You just have to research it, and if I can't figure out where it's at, I would just call ASUS on the phone and ask them. But normally you can go on here and find the RAM, all the RAM. They usually have on every motherboard the RAM listed on here, even the CPU that hooks up with this, to make sure it hooks up right. I'm trying to figure that out right now, and I'm having kind of struggling with it. Let's see. Usually you hit support. There it gives you the price. It's normally $199.99. They got it on sale for $165. So they got it cheaper than what it normally sells for there. But okay, you go support here, I bet. Yeah, there's where you go. And then, okay, CPU and memory. Here we go. Now I'm on it. These, okay, right here shows all the CPUs that goes with that motherboard. So when I'm buying this thing, let me go under the card again. I look up the CPU right there. That's an Intel i5 12600. So you go i5, you look right here for 12600. i5 12600. There's i5 12600K. Is that what that was? Yeah, 600K. So that CPU that I got will go with that motherboard. That's not the one. I know I'm looking up the wrong one. I was want to look up, but I'm just using this as an example. When I do find the right motherboard, you go on here and see right here it shows all the RAM. It's got the serial number and everything. So whenever you like buy the RAM right here, see the RAM, right? See the model number right there? It's got these numbers right here. You look it up right here and make sure it matches. And if it matches, that means it works. So that's how you do it. And believe it or not, the Intel price is about $40 cheaper, isn't it? $40 cheaper. And I don't know what their latest version is. If it's the 14th generation. Well, I got the 12th generation CPU there. Anyway, thank you for watching Tim's Tech Talk. Hope you enjoy this. This has been really, really fun. How do I turn this thing off? Bear with me. Got a few buttons here.